After this video, you're going to become a harmonic fucking genius by expanding your knowledge of secondary dominants with the use of melodic minor harmonies to lead you anywhere you want to fucking go in music. Let's do it. So here's the deal. There are 7 harmonies, 7 chords that come out of melodic minor. If you don't have them memorized, you should. Let's do it together. Let's set out a work plan. 7 chords, there are 7 days in a week. All right, Sunday. Let's say you have 8 hours to work on Sunday on guitar. You're going to memorize 1 minor major 7. That's the first harmony in melodic minor. 1, flat 3, 5, 7. If you want, you can see the tensions in between those sounds. 1, 2 on the way to flat 3, 4 on the way to 5, 6 on the way to flat 7. Okay, that's 1 day of the week. Great, you know 1 sound, 1 mode. Here's the second mode. Dorian with a flat 9. But the harmony is 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7. On Tuesday, you're going to learn flat 3, major 7, sharp 5. 1, 3, sharp 5, 7. On Wednesday, you're going to memorize 4 dominant. It's Lydian dominant, but right now just worry about the 4-part harmony. It's just a dominant chord. 1, 3, 5, flat 7. On the 5th degree, you have a 5 chord. 1, 3, 5, flat 7. On the 6th degree, you have a half diminished. 1, flat 3, flat 5, flat 7, also called a minor 7 flat 5. On the 7th degree, on B, you have another half diminished, but in the case of altered chords, we think about them as Hendrix chords, as dominants with a sharp 9, no 5th, either or. Those are the 7 harmonies that come out of melodic minor. Now, what we are going to do now is we're going to learn the parallel application. Big word, not a big concept. What is a parallel application? Now, instead of using C melodic minor, if I'm in the key of C, I don't want to see C melodic minor running in parallel to my C major scale. All of the harmonies that come from a melodic minor scale lead to its 1 chord. But if I'm using C minor, well, when do I ever use C minor in a C major harmony? C major harmonies lead me to C major. 2, 5, 1s in C lead to C major. So unless I want to modulate to a minor sound, why would I use C melodic minor? I want to see it in parallel to my relative minor, meaning the key of C with A in the bass, A Aeolian, is my relative minor. I want to lay out the harmonies of A melodic minor in parallel to A Aeolian, or to my C major scale. All the harmonies I get are A minor, major 7, B minor 7, which I can make into a flat 9 sus, C major 7, sharp 5, D dominant with a 9 and a sharp 11 if I want it, E dominant with a 9 and a flat 13, F sharp minor 7 flat 5 with a 9, and G sharp Hendrix chord. Cool. Now all these harmonies I can now put inside my C major scale, meaning they're not of C major, they are of A melodic minor. If I'm thinking about it modally, I'm thinking about Lydian sharp 5, the harmonies that come from C Lydian sharp 5. This chord, right? But now, if I'm looking at it from degrees of the major scale and asking myself, what options do I have? From the 1, from major, I have this chord. From melodic minor, I have this. From the 2, here's my major chord, here's my melodic minor chord. From the 3, I have this from major, this from melodic minor. From the 4, this from the major scale, and I don't have a 4, I have a sharp 4 melodic minor. The 5, this from the major, and from the sharp 5, this from melodic minor. The 6, here's major, here's melodic minor. The 7th, here's major, here's melodic minor. Now all these sounds lead to A minor, meaning the C major scale gives me a cadence into the 1 chord, but when I run this melodic minor scale, it centers around that A minor. So I can have a cadence, a B minor 7 to an E7 leading to that A minor. That's what you have in songs like Summertime. Okay, so this expands your harmonic vocabulary a little bit. What I'm really doing is I'm using A melodic minor to move to A minor. But I can use a different melodic minor to move to the same spot, the sub 5. Now, what is the sub 5 of that A minor? B flat 7 pulls down a half step to A minor. To understand the logic here, if I have an E7, when I'm having a sub 5, all I'm doing is I'm changing the root note while keeping everything else the same. That's called a tritone substitution. But the scale I'm using is changing. I'm not thinking about A melodic minor anymore. Now I'm thinking about F melodic minor. That F melodic minor has that B flat Lydian dominant as its 4 chord, and it pulls down to that A. Now there are 7 harmonies in F melodic minor. The same harmonies we worked out in C now exist in a different key. I'm borrowing from there to create a different kind of tension to pull me to that A minor. What are the chords? Again, Sunday we learned F minor major 7. Monday we learned G minor 7, 2 minor 7. I can use this sus flat 9 from the scale on that root. The flat 3 chord, major 7, sharp 5. The 4 chord, dominant with a sharp 4, natural 9. I can have a 5 chord of that F melodic minor with a flat 6, natural 9. I can have D minor 7 flat 5, the 6 minor 7 flat 5 with a natural 9. And then I can have the 7 chord of that scale as a Hendrix chord, 7 sharp 9. All of those harmonies lead me to A minor. So I can use F minor major 7 to go here. Think about it in a tune. Do, dee, do, 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 on, on. So I use this F minor major 7 to get me to this A minor sound. But I can use any of the harmonies that come out of that scale. So I can use B flat 7 to D, do, 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 or C7 to D, do, do, do. So there are a lot of hidden sounds in that harmony that can pull you to that 6th chord. But you don't have to pull to the 6th chord. You can pull anywhere in the scale using the same concept. So let's try pulling to our 1 to C, using that same idea. Now I'm not going to use the harmony of the C melodic minor scale to pull me there because it's going to trick the ear into wanting to go into a minor sound. But I am going to use that harmony of the sub 5, meaning if I have G7, its sub 5 is D flat 7. D flat Lydian dominant. You can just think about it as dominant chords that are parked a half step above where you're trying to go. D flat leads to C, that's the sub 5 of 1. E flat 7 leads to D minor, that's the sub 5 of 2. F7 leads to E minor, sub 5 of 3. G flat 7 leads to F, sub 5 of 4. A flat 7 leads to G, sub 5 of 5. And finally, the one we talked about already, B flat 7 leads to A minor. The rule is simple. They all get Lydian dominant, meaning they all get a different melodic minor scale in a different key. So you have all these keys of melodic minor scale that pull you to different areas of your major scale, of the same major scale. That's the big concept here, right? So we said F melodic minor pulls us to A minor. If you just study that root relationship, you can see that a melodic minor, a third below or a flatted 6 above, pulls you where you want to go. So if I want to go to C, I'm going to have to use A flat melodic minor and its harmonies to get there. So what are the harmonies of A flat melodic minor? Well, 1 minor major 7, A flat melodic minor. 2 minor 7, which I can put a flat 2, 4, and a 6 on. Flat 3 major 7 sharp 5. That's B major 7 sharp 5. 4 dominant with a 9, 13, and sharp 11. 5 with a 9 and a flat 13, right? So that's an E flat 7. I have 6 minor 7 flat 5 with a 9. That's F minor 7 flat 5. And finally, 5 Hendrix chords, so G7 with a sharp 9. So now let's say I have a 2-5-1. 2, 5, 1. So instead of a 2-5-1, I'm doing a 2, flat 2, with a 9 and a sharp 11 going to 1. But I can use any of those chords in place of it. I can go D minor, E flat, 9, flat 13 to C. Listen to that progression. Ooh, I can go D minor, B major 7 sharp 5 to C. I can go D minor, A minor major 7 to C. I can use F minor 7 flat 5 with a natural 9 in place. Let's say I have a whole measure on the 5 chord and I want to put a different chord on every beat, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's my 2 chord, and then here's my 5 chord. All I did was play E7, D flat 7, that B flat minor with a flat 2, 4, and 6. That's A flat minor 6. All these chords come from A flat melodic minor. I'm just going 5, 4, 2 minor, 1 minor in that scale, and resolving. So that's how I can apply it. Now I can use it to lead to any chord in that 2-5-1. If I just apply the same logic to any chord. So I want to lead to the D minor, the 2 minor chord in my 2-5-1. So which melodic minor leads me there? Well, I can think about it 2 ways. I can go a major 3rd down from the root or a flatted 6 up, and then I'll locate the scale that pulls me there. So B flat melodic minor leads you to D minor. That contains all the harmonies. So do you remember back in the beginning of the video when I said spend 1 day of the week on each harmony? That was actually just a joke to illustrate how dumb you are. But what you should really do is just memorize those 7 things today, because it's not that much information. A lot of you guys are adults with jobs. Just take the same seriousness that you apply to your actual profession into this part of guitar playing for 10 fucking minutes and know it forever. So again, B flat minor major 7, C minor 7, D flat major 7 sharp 5, E flat 7, F7, G half diminished, A Hendrix chord. All those sounds lead to D minor. So you can take one sound you like and just memorize its relationship to where it's going, and then you could just have it forever. For instance, if I want to get to D minor, and I know it's coming from a B flat melodic minor scale, that's the sound that's pulling towards it, I can think about that 6 chord in the B flat melodic minor, that's G minor 7 flat 5. I can throw a natural 9 on it. That's a nice sound. But what I want to do now is memorize it in relation to that D minor. So I'm thinking about the sound that's a 4th away in terms of root motion from D. A 4th up is G, minor 7 flat 5, going to D. I can do that same shit to the G. I want to get to G. So here's C minor 7 flat 5. And if I want to get to C, that's F minor 7 flat 5. So if I use that trick going to the 2 chord, skip the 5 chord, don't do it on everything, and then get to the 1 that same exact way. This kind of thing expands your harmonic knowledge tenfold because you can use it to get to any chord. Let's say I want to get to my 4 chord. It's exactly the same way. My 4 chord in C is F. The scale I use to get to F is going to be located a major third down from it. D flat melodic minor pulls me to F major. What's the harmony of D flat melodic minor? D flat minor major 7, E flat minor 7, E major 7 sharp 5, F sharp dominant, G sharp dominant. That B flat minor 7 flat 5, C Hendrix chord. Gonna lead me to that F Lydian. It's a really nice sound. So many uses for it, right? I can use this, go in here, right? A great way to get from that sound to the 4 chord. Cool. If you dig this, please leave a comment below for a chance to win a free month on our Patreon, which is the best Patreon in the history of all planets, galaxies, constellations, and Patreons. Best one ever, I guarantee it. Also, just leave a comment anyway, subscribe to the channel, follow us, tell your grandparents about it, check out some merch, and we'll see you next time.